It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the AFC East. It's the Fins and the Jets, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
On a warm, late summer afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Miami Dolphins. Brandon Gaudin alongside my good friend Charles Davis. Charles, so often it's the quarterbacks that are in the spotlight, and in this game, no different. We have a very compelling matchup. Tua Tagovailoa of the Dolphins, Zach Wilson of the Jets.
And I think that each quarterback wants to play this game with a faster tempo. They want to get the plays in quickly, get in and out of the huddle quickly, take just a few seconds of the line of scrimmage and survey the defense, and then attack. And I think that we'll see both offenses try to do that in this one.
Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and this one is underway here on EA Sports from the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
And what was really attractive about Zach Wilson coming out of college, coming out of BYU, his ability to create and make plays when many people thought they didn't exist. But what's been even better is watch him improve in the pocket, able to hit the back foot, make the right read, and the right throws.
They'll run on first down. Hall, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now a give right side. It's Hall, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They run the counter. It's Hall, and it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Great first drive defensively. 3rd and short, able to stop the run.
And what it does is it gives not just confidence to your defensive players, it gives an overall feeling of, okay, we've established things here early. We can carry this throughout the game.
Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And for all the collegiate success he had, highest passer efficiency rating by a mile, He's a guy who's had his share of detractors at the professional level, but I do like his poise, I do like his moxie, and I love his accuracy.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Tua. Finding some room at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, grab that dagger play, down that play, and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Tua setting up shop to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive. And they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big time pickup for them. And now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 28 yards. To take a 1st quarter lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded right around the 8. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out there, a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Now a throw here to his running back. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
On second down, it's Hall. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. First carry for the former Tar Heel, Michael Carter. And he is going to have a Jets first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Carter. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll go out of bounds finally. Big yardage that time for the Jets.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. C.J. Uzomah clear to make the grab. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe the Dolphin got going a little early. So that'll back him up 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Tua. The Jets pressure too much as down he goes. A safety with a sack there. LaMarcus Joyner. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield, and oftentimes the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Here's Berrios. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets ready to get going again here on offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
3 yards on the pickup there. Defensively.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Two minutes gone by, second quarter. From the 45 on second down, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On third down, Hall, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
Here's Braden Mann now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. He'll start things out by handing to Edmonds. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Tua sets up to pass it. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Meanwhile, Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Can't do that.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Kyle Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
After the sack on 1st down, Tua buying time to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Third and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. From the gun, it's Tua. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Second and 10. To throw is Wilson. And he'll find Hall. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. His throw incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Throwing is Wilson. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Wilson on first down. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Throw left side, complete. That's Carter. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This from 54 yards away. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he gets everything he could into this one. The trajectory's good. It's definitely on line. They just need a little more oomph behind it, and it'll wind up falling just shy of the crossbar.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll have time for 1 play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for Miami. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more productive game. Meanwhile, for the Jets, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started from the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, They'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Tua going to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Now Tua. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Looking to pass. Tua over the middle. He's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. They'll run on 1st down. Edmonds. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. That's a familiar call during this game. A lot of runs have been stopped right around the line of scrimmage.
And how about the big D tackle there? Not just eating up blockers, but making the tackle himself. We're seeing a lot more hand movement from those big guys up front to shed blockers and then go get ball carriers.
And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 42. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
On 1st down, Wilson. Open man is Uzama. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
On 2nd down now, it's Hall. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Hall. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now a give right side. It's Hall. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Wilson to throw. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This from 36 yards out. And Zerline's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. Miami set to take over. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Another carry now for Edmonds. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He sets to fire deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Miami. "36 yards on the punt with no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. On first down, Hall, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
Here's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
After the turnover, it's Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. On play action, here's Tua. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
Now a play of Iloa. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to break our fourth quarter tie. The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the fourth. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. From the 6. And with a marker down, he's held just past the 25-yard line. And I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Now, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Wilson. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Now it's Wilson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. 2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. And this is caught. He hits more. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 40.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Wilson to throw. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Here's Wilson. And he will find Davis. That's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Now Wilson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Clock rolling here, about to hit 30 seconds. Throwing now is Wilson. And this is caught off a deflection. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Shotgun snap and a give to Carter. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick here is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right? I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there. All right, we'll see if they do just that. following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Tua. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. From the 10. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 3rd down, it's Hall, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Hall, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Second and 11 now. To throw is Wilson. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Room to run past midfield. And this turns into a nice game with a slide at the end.
Let when they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. They go play action now. Wilson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
Second and 20.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Here's the Jets punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Miami's offense set and ready to go.
Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part 1 is done, now part 2.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at the 20. First throw of the OT session for Tua. He's got it complete to Waddle, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field, and he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Second down and 8. Here's Tua. And that's into the hands of Gesicki.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Tagovailoa. And this is going to be incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number one, as you noted, they were moving it pretty well, so that gives them a lot of confidence. The second part is, keeps your defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest up a little bit. And last but not least, you've taken a good look at what you've done on offense, noted where the weaknesses are, and you know when you want to come back to them.
Like when you're organized with your points. Well
Point
done.
A, B, and C.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing is Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot, forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a big play that time by the Jets. They picked up a 1st down and a whole lot more. Forget about just looking for the sticks. They went well beyond the stick.
I know they were talking about guarding the sticks on defense. They didn't guard them very well. They got a big-time completion on a 3rd down. That's almost a backbreaker, isn't it? In overtime, every play's importance is magnified. And that one could turn out to be huge.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
But I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success in this game, and here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, they run with Carter. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And they have regained the lead. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.